Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Warrior Stephen Curry gets real about controlling his emotions amid historic night. When Stephen Curry catches fire from beyond the arc, there is not much the defense can do to slow him down other than to hope that he misses eventually. But the Memphis Grizzlies tried a strategy that teams first resort to whenever the Golden State Warriors star goes on a roll, being physical with him. In the end, none of it mattered as Curry carried the Warriors to a 134-125 win courtesy of a bonkers 52-point night on 12 made triples. Even with the Grizzlies' defense trying to rough him up and send multiple bodies towards him, the Warrior star was in complete control. Nevertheless, Curry had to feel the toll at some point, although the 37-year-old star knows better than to give in to the emotions that sometimes run high when things don't go the way they intended. That's my reality. You can have a reaction, but you can't let you distract you, Curry said after the game on the NBC Sports Bay Area broadcast, via Ray Almeida on X, formerly Twitter. Curry, instead of giving in to the frustration that comes with being roughed up and rarely being on the receiving end of a good whistle, he shot 8 free throws, 2 from an intentional foul at the end of the game, decided to instead let his game do the talking, much to the Warriors' benefit. This is not unfamiliar territory for the Warriors star. At 37 years of age, he has seen every possible defensive coverage there is to throw at him, and he has experienced the highs and lows of NBA officiating. And being the champion that he is, he knows that winning the emotional battle can sometimes be just as important as what one does on the court. The addition of Jimmy Butler has transformed this Warrior squad from a middling team reliant on Stephen Curry to do everything to a team with the right pieces around Curry, which could be enough to spur a deep playoff run. Butler's addition has rightfully garnered plenty of attention and credit, but at the end of the day, it will be up to Curry to take the dubs as far as he can. On Tuesday night, Curry's dominance against the Grizzlies showed that there might not be a more terrifying player to face in the league when he catches fire than the Warriors star. And with there being enough rest days in the playoffs, that could well be enough for Curry to lead the Dubs to the promised land yet again. Stephen Curry, Nikola Jokic make NBA history with record-breaking scoring performances. The NBA slate for Tuesday was a massive one as it featured a ton of good matchups between many of the top teams in the NBA. Of course, 2 of the most highly anticipated matchups came between the Golden State Warriors and Memphis Grizzlies, as well as the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets. Both games lived up to the hype as the Warriors defeated the Grizzlies 134-125 behind a historic performance from their point guard Stephen Curry. Curry led the way for Golden State as he recorded 52 points, including 12 three-pointers to go along with 10 rebounds, 8 assists and 5 steals as he led the Warriors to a crucial victory over the Nuggets. Later in the night, the Timberwolves and Nuggets needed 2 overtimes to decide a winner, which came down to a foul call with 0.1 seconds remaining, resulting in a victory for Minnesota. Despite the loss for the Nuggets, their star center Nikola Jokic put together a historic performance. Jokic scored a career-high 61 points and also added 10 rebounds and 10 assists as he recorded the most points in a triple-double in NBA history. With Curry and Jokic having incredible performances in their respective games, they combined to make sure that April 1, 2025, will go down as one of the most historic dates in NBA history. This is due to the fact that it is the first date in NBA history where multiple former MVP winners scored 50 or more points in a game. It was an incredible performance out of both players and one that fans and will never forget as 2 future Hall of Famers put together 2 of the greatest performances just hours apart from each other. Of course, the Warriors were able to grab a massive victory where the Nuggets fell despite Jokic's incredible performance, but despite that, nothing can take away from how incredible of a performance both Curry and Jokic had on Tuesday as it goes into the NBA history books. Joe Mazzulla explains Celtics' road dominance as they near Warriors' record. With the regular season nearing an end, the Boston Celtics have kicked things into a higher gear before the playoffs. the defending NBA champions have won 14 of their last 15 games, including 9 straight, and they look like the best team in the Eastern Conference. While home court advantage played a major factor in Boston's championship run last year, it has been the Celtics' road dominance this season that has defined them. The Celtics are 32-7 away from TD Garden this season after recently picking up a 117-103 win on the road against the Memphis Grizzlies on Monday night. As a result of this win, the Celtics are 2 road wins shy of tying the 2015-16 Golden State Warriors for the best road record in NBA history, with only 2 games away from home remaining on Boston's schedule. Although he thinks his team is good no matter where they play, head coach Joe Mazzulla recognizes his team's road strengths this season and calls it a new identity. "I don't know. I think every year just takes on a different identity and different challenges. I think this year, we never talk about it. It just kind of became what it is," Mazzulla told reporters after the Celtics' 32nd road win of the season in Memphis. "I think we try to play consistent basketball. I think that means we are something and 12 at home? I mean, it's really just 4 or 5 games. I mean, it's not that big of a difference. It's more about just playing consistent basketball. But I think each year, you develop different kinds of strengths, especially with the same team. And this year it just happened to be our road mentality." A 14-point win on the road against the Grizzlies finished off a 6-game road trip in which the Celtics went 6-0 for the first time in franchise history, picking up wins against the Phoenix Suns and Sacramento Kings in addition to defeating Memphis. It is not necessarily a matter of the Celtics being more confident on the road than at home this season, but as Mazzulla alluded to, this is the latest evolution of this team. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have been the consistent driving forces throughout this season for the Celtics, and this experienced, championship-proven roster understands what it takes to endure the grueling 82-game season and be ready for the playoffs. Being dominant at home made the Celtics a championship team. Continuously winning on the road this season sets Boston up as potential repeat champions. The Celtics aren't concerned about the Warriors' road record from the 2015-16 season. While tying this mark would obviously be a major accomplishment, Mazzulla and his team are focused on one thing and one thing only: winning every game they play. "At the end of the day, you just have to have perspective," Mazzulla continued. "As long as we are doing what we are supposed to be doing what it takes to win every night, you handle those ebbs and flows." And you, fan? What do you think about Joe Mazzulla's situation? Write to us in the comments.